South Korean military has accused North Korea of firing several unidentified projectiles off East Coast in the early hours of Wednesday. This less than a week after North Korea launched two-range ballistic missiles into the sea on July 24th. South Korea's Joint Chief of Staff in a statement said the military is monitoring the situation for possible additional launches by the North. It wasn't immediately known exactly what the North Korea had fired or how far the projectiles flew. A Russian court has rejected Alexei Navalny's plea for an early release on health grounds. This after the opposition leader had suddenly taken ill when in custody and was rushed to the hospital. Navalny was hospitalized on Sunday and discharged a day after. He said that he may have been poisoned. Navalny was jailed last week for a period of 30 days on account of urging people to take part in an unauthorized protest. U.S. President Donald Trump has warned China against waiting out in his first term to finalize any kind of a trade deal. Trump said that if he wins the re-election in 2020, then the outcome for China would be worse. As fresh round of U.S.-China trade talks got underway in Shanghai, Trump tweeted saying the problem with China was that of waiting. He also accused China of backing off a pledge to buy the U.S. agricultural products. The U.S. and Chinese officials restarted negotiations in a bid to end the year-long trade war marked by the tit-for-tat tariffs. The UN's Human Rights Office has said that the U.S. government's recent decision on death penalty goes against the international trend to abolish or halt executions. Earlier, the U.S. Justice Department reinstated a 2 decades-long policy of allowing the federal government's use of capital punishment and immediately scheduled executions for 5 federal inmates. The UN has long opposed the death penalty, arguing for its abolition or at least a moratorium. The UN has said that with executions, this comes as an unacceptable risk of executing innocent people. U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Ghana's Cape Coast on Tuesday. She is on the 3-day visit to the African nation on the second day of the trip on Tuesday. Pelosi toured the Cape Town Castle, a former depot of transatlantic slave trade. Pelosi is expected to speak at Ghana's parliament today. She will be the first woman speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives to address Ghana's parliament. Relatives of the inmates who were killed in the Brussels prison riot gathered in the coroner's office to identify the victims. Local authorities were present at the scene to provide the families with water, food and medical assistance. About 57 inmates were killed in the riot. 46 inmates now have been transferred to other prisons in order to prevent further violence. Romanian Interior Minister has submitted his resignation. This comes after the murders of 2 teenage girls triggered protests in Caracal. The protesters marched in Caracal over the inadequate handling of the case. They said that they wanted to live and Romania had failed them. Remember, a 65-year-old man had confessed to the teenagers. Costa Rica and Panama officials on Tuesday busted an international smuggling network. Around 50 people were arrested on suspicion of smuggling migrants through Central America into the U.S. The Costa Rican Migration Police raided 36 locations on the border with Nicaragua, arresting 37 suspected members of the network. In Panama, another 12 members of the same group were arrested. Costa Rican police said that the network moved individuals from various Asian and African countries as well as Cuba and Haiti. Major breakthrough in India. Leading party BJP has managed to pass triple talaq bill in the Rajya Sabha. BJP was able to secure 99 votes against opposition's 84 for the passage of the bill. All the amendments proposed by the opposition fell by, and Treasury was able to pass the bill with ease. Discussion on the bill lasted for more than 5 hours. Hong Kong police fired pepper spray at protesters outside a police station on Tuesday. Clashes had emerged between protesters and police in front of China's representative building in Hong Kong. This after protesters charged at the police against a rioting charge being levied against 44 activists in the city. This is the first time that a rioting charge has been used against the protesters. Rioting carries a maximum of 10 years in jail. The activists say they have not done anything wrong and are only seeking justice. In Mississippi, a gunman has fatally shot 2 people and wounded a police officer at a Walmart. The gunman was shot by a South Haven police officer and was hospitalized in unknown condition. The officer was saved by his bulletproof vest. According to reports, all the victims were Walmart employees. One of them was found dead in the store. The other victim was found in the parking lot. The names of the 2 victims killed have not yet been released. The motive for the shooting remains a mystery. Police in Pakistan have said that a roadside bomb struck a security vehicle in the southwestern city of Quetta, killing at least 5 people. Terror group Tehreek-e-Taliban claimed responsibility of the attack. The attack was targeted at a police van. The city's police chief has said that another 27 people were wounded in the bombing. Dubai's Princess Haya has started a court battle in London with her husband and Dubai ruler Sheikh Mohammed over the welfare of the children. Princess Haya has asked the High Court for wardship of her children. She's also asked for a forced marriage protection order and a non-molestation order. According to official British legal definitions, a forced marriage protection order shields people who are in forced marriages. Princess Haya bint Al Salman, the wife of the same crown prince, had fled the country along with her children. She was reported to be in hiding in London in fear for her life. A few days after India announced a rise in the tiger population in the country, neighbor Bangladesh is now worried about its tiger population. Latest figures showed lower than expected population of the male Bengal tigers in the world's largest mangrove forest. The figure now is 1 male for every 5 females in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is worried about the endangered species as the standard ratio is supposed to be 1 male to 3 females. German sailor Boris Herrmann is collaborating with climate change activist Greta Thunberg to solve the problem of how to reach the UN climate summit in New York. The aim is to not cause carbon emissions while traveling to the summit. Herrmann has also decided to take the 16-year-old activist on his sailing boat. A video has captured the moment a freight train was derailed in the Czech Republic. The train was carrying limestone and it was 12 kilometers away from the German border when the incident took place. No injuries were reported. A total of 13 wagons were derailed. Nail-biting video of a toddler clinging to the edge of a balcony in southwest China has emerged. A boy tried to get himself back up, but he kept slipping off the balcony. A 3-year-old boy was saved from the 6th-floor apartment balcony using a blanket. The neighbors gathered downstairs to save the boy and asked him to jump. Frankfurt held a memorial service for an 8-year-old boy who was pushed under a train. The city's Social Democrat mayor also attended the memorial. A man accused of pushing the boy under the train was wanted by the police of Switzerland, where the man was granted an asylum. This incident has horrified Germany, as the man first pushed the boy's mother, but she fortunately survived. He then pushed the boy. The man also tried to push a 78-year-old woman who fell on the platform.
Widerspricht allem, wofür wir in Frankfurt stehen.
A police dog in Alabama who died on service was honored with a 21-gun salute and from the governor on Tuesday. The 4-year-old Belgian Malinois named Jake became ill after encountering a synthetic drug during a routine contraband sweep. Jake was remembered as one of the best narcotics-sniffing dogs in the state. The officials are still investigating as to how the narcotic made its way into the jail premises. French city of Nantes paid a dramatic tribute to Stephen Canico, a 24-year-old host. Stephen was found dead over a month ago on the evening of a music festival. The members of a collective group spilled fake blood from a fountain. They also placed black armbands on statues at the Palace Royal. This was part of a summer exhibition. A volcano in Reunion Island in the Indian Ocean has erupted. It has erupted for the 3rd time in this year. To the delight of tourists and amateur photographers, it was a spectacular sight. Commuters on board a ferry in Switzerland witnessed a surprise as they were crossing Lake Constance. They saw a water spout over the water. One of the commuters filmed the water spout during his ride. This was only the 2nd time he witnessed one. China has developed aircraft MOROCCAN 2, completed a successful maiden flight on Tuesday. MOROCCAN 2 is a solar-powered unmanned aircraft developed by a Shanghai-based company. The aircraft is designed with a wingspan of 15 meters and is solely powered by solar cells. It can fly at a maximum altitude of 8,000 meters and cruise for up to 12 hours. MOROCCAN 2 is expected to be used for disaster relief and other uses as well, like communication.
之后，我国首款太阳能无人机墨子号飞弹也在2015年首飞成功，拥有我国自主知识产权。墨子号由落户在上海临港这家民营企业。
Moroccan King Mohammed VI attended a ceremony to mark the 20th anniversary of his accession to the throne. His son Prince Moulay Hassan and brother Prince Moulay Rachid accompanied him for the ceremony at the palace. An orchestra played throughout the event. A female panda enjoyed her birthday party in China's Dalian Forest Zoo. Dozens of children who share the same birthday were also present for the celebrations. This was Fi Yun's 9th birthday. Her playground was decorated with colorful banners and balloons to mark the event. A giant cake made of fruit and bamboo was also prepared for the birthday girl.